I come from a town in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York where there was more cows than people and more corn than cows, which is just
Are there children in that corn?
There were some weird things that happened, like any small town. Like, if you Google search my town, there's some weird, creepy news stories that definitely happened out in the fields. We were in church every Sunday. It wasn't a big church either. It was maybe 200 people on Easter when everybody shows up. And we met in an old converted dairy barn. Like, I went to Sunday school in the old cow stalls that had been ripped apart and only the beams were left, and they put drywall up around it and all that kind of stuff. I always knew that God was real. Like, that was something that I think, even though I have a lot of differences in opinion and theology between my current self and what my church was growing up, one thing that they did was to instill that basic foundation of God is real. I could not think straight. Like, most of the time when people say that, I feel like they're trying to explain confusion. I literally couldn't think. I felt like I had no control over my brain. Now I'm feeling like suicidal one minute and then euphoric the next, and then rage fills me in the next moment, and then eerie calm, and then like just bouncing at random, like between all these different weird extremes. And I started to realize I'm not in control. There's something in me that wants me to think that I can, but I can't. I had a thought where I was like, everybody keeps telling me God's real, but I've never experienced it. And it would be stupid of me, because I was into science and everything, so I understood the scientific method, and I understood you have to experiment, you have to try things and see if they work. And so I was like, let me see if I can get God's attention. And it was really actually motivated by me trying to convince myself that he wasn't real. I managed to pull myself up on my sink vanity thing and look at myself in the mirror, which I didn't enjoy. And I didn't like the person that was looking back at me. I didn't recognize that person. I was like, who is this guy? And the most incredible moment of peace hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, it wasn't this gradual thing. It wasn't this gradual winding down of whatever I was experiencing. It was an instantaneous end.
Listen, anytime I've found when the Lord actually shows up, there is a little hint of strange to it.
I felt like I passed through a barrier, and I felt, I think for the first time, like a holy fear of, oh, not only is he real, but there's something also very real that he's now protecting me from. But yeah, that was probably my first really sacred and strange moment, and it changed my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's been 12 and a half years, and I've never been the same.
It was January 2007. And I remember it was probably about 9 o'clock at night. The snow was falling in central Pennsylvania. And I told the Lord I didn't believe him anymore.
He wastes nothing. He gets you ready. He does not waste the profound moments. It's a way of creating space in your life where you are in direct contact with the divine. If you never come up against your triggers, then they stay empowered. Failure is never final when the Father's in the room. And there's a tension in that truth. That's where the transformation happens.